Good afternoon, everyone. This is Teacher Dean or Professor Dean, and today's lesson is on how people are using their house to make money. Now, using your house to make money, it's not a new concept, but they are adding different things to the concept of how to make money. Some people are selling the idea that you can pay off your house in 5 to 15 years. Again, in 5 to 15 years. If you're in the USA, you can pay it off early. And some of them are saying in other countries that you can do the same. So let's look at some of the old ways and some of the new ways they're using their house and they're using their properties to make money. So let's look at the next page. The first thing, or the first advice, which is an old advice, is to budget. All of us need to budget in order to be able to pay for bills. So we use what we have and we spend less money on the street for food, etc. So that's the part of budgeting. The next thing is, for some of us, we need to buy a house. We have been renting for 5, 10, 15 years. We need to buy a house and we need to stop paying rent. So some of us need to become homeowners and not be renters. Another advice that was given, for those who already have a house paid off, you could buy apartments. Apartment is still a very big income, and people always need somewhere to live. There's always new people coming into an area, new people coming in to a country. So they will start up being renters and then later being homeowners. Now, again, after you buy your house, you still need to budget and you still need to save. When you buy your house, it is not the time to say, okay, I moved up from one lifestyle, now I'm going to create additional expenses. So your income goes up, now you own a home, you keep your spending to the same level. That is the general advice given by many individuals in finance. So don't increase your expenses by your income, you still budget and save. Let's look at the next thing. In many places, you can rent a room in your house. Again, rent a room in your house. It's a concept that has always been. Some can be done on short term. The short-term rental, which has been spread all over the places, Airbnb. For some of us, we have to check our cities or our town before we do Airbnb. Why? Because not every city in America allows it. I understand that some people are able to do this in Jamaica and other foreign countries. So again, check and see if your city or town allows it. Some people are now renting rooms for people to take photos. Some people are renting rooms or a place to host parties. Some people are renting rooms and houses for events, short-term events. So if you have a house in Jamaica, in America, somewhere, maybe you can use that to generate some income. They're also using the houses to do various different things. Online, short-term. So again, rent your homes and you should be able to rent rooms or rent the whole house. That is something that they're doing all over America. In America, if you rent your home for 14 days or less, that's not considered income on tax return. So IRS allows less than 14 days. That's not considered income. And you can legally do that, but you have to keep good records. So your records have to be pretty good in order for you to do this. And when you rent your room, ensure that you put in the safety checks. Make sure who you're renting it to is people that you can trust, because some people are renting and some have good experience. And just like in everything else, we have bad experience and we have good experience. So home rental, it's the same thing as has always been. However, you can do short-term rental, you can do long-term rentals. Now, what is something else? People in America are now renting their backyards. And I thought, wait a minute, how are they doing this? Now they're renting their backyards. So if you have a big backyard, you can rent it for a dog playground so that people who live in apartments don't have access to have a place for their dogs to play. You can now use it as a dog playground, and they have apps for that now. People are also renting their pool. People need somewhere to relax. Pool for parties. So they're also renting pools, not the whole house, just the backyard with the pool. Some people are trying new concepts like renting out parts of their yard as nursery and farm for different foods. So let's say you have a backyard and you don't like to plant, don't like to do anything, but your backyard is empty. Maybe there's someone who says, okay, I'll plant some things that go maybe 6 months, 7 months, and then I reap, but I pay you something because guess what? I don't have a yard, but you have a yard that you could rent out. People are renting out their house, they're renting out rooms, and they're renting out backyards. So this is something that people can consider doing in order to bring in money. So when you bring in money from these sources, what can you do? You can pay down your mortgage. And when you pay down your mortgage, you can go ahead and pay off your house faster. So these are some of the things that are shown that are doing for anything in terms of renting. There in America, there is irs.gov that you can look into. What if I rent my yard as a playground? What if I rent my pool? Is it considered income? What if I rent for people doing nursery, planting a little? So again, you can check with a tax preparer or you can check irs.gov, because as we go on, things are changing. But short-term rentals, 14 days or less, not taxable in America. So thank you again for watching, and do have a superb day on tips for doing business. So this could be considered a business because a lot of people are doing that and they're making use of their entire house and backyard. Again, thank you for watching. And this is Teacher Dean with some tips for business.